This whale was reported to our hotline mid-morning, and at the time of her stranding, she was alive and thrashing close to shore. But because she was still in the water, we had no idea what kind of whale she was. We arrived shortly after the report to our hotline, but she had unfortunately already passed. Reported to our hotline alive and stranded on a mud flat at low tide. Our team arrived quickly after she was reported to assess her condition and found that she was actually in decent shape. There really aren't a lot of data on the success of refloating beaked whales, but because of how she presented that day, our team really just had to give her a chance. With help from our team, the family who found and reported her to us, and other community members, we got her into deeper water. It was obvious that she was exhausted from this traumatic event, but she was still strong and was swimming really well, and we watched her swim out of sight. Unfortunately, we received a report later that afternoon that she had passed. She was reported to our hotline alive and high and dry in the middle of a mud flat on an incoming tide. She was so calm when we approached her, and we were able to do a full examination despite her having been surrounded by water. We were evaluating her and our options and what was in her best interest, and she actually swam off on her own and out of sight. We were hopeful that she was okay, but we were prepared for her to restrand, and unfortunately we got that report at the next low tide. All three of these necropsies conducted on rare whale species did not reveal any definitive causes of death. We did find that the Blainville beaked whale had recently had a calf, and both beaked whales had infections associated with their reproductive tracts, but it's unclear if those infections contributed to their stranding. There's no obvious sign or cause of death for the sperm whale as well, but we did find some suspect abnormalities with her heart.
So today we're here at the Benson compost site in Gorham, where we are going to be resurrecting the Blainville beaked whale skeleton.
Beaked whales are rarely seen in general, especially in Maine. They're an offshore species that are deep diving, which makes them very hard to study, so there's very little known about them. When these two beaked whales stranded here, we relied on experts from around the world to determine exactly what species of beaked whale they were. This stranding of the Blainville is the first ever recorded in Maine, and only the third Sowerbys recorded in Maine. The dwarf sperm whale stranding became the first of that species to ever be documented in Maine as well. Sometimes people wonder why we dedicate so much time to deceased marine mammals and sea turtles, or why it's so important to invest resources into strandings that have already passed. It's true Marine Mammals of Maine values live and dead strandings equally. There is a lot of concern over the health of the world's marine ecosystems, and Marine Mammals of Maine shares those concerns. Right here in our own backyard, the waters are warming faster than 99% of the world's oceans. The full impacts or severity of declining marine ecosystems is unknown, but we do know that there is a strong connection between human health, animal health, and the health of marine ecosystems. We also know how important each species, including humans, is in a healthy marine environment. Marine mammals are amazing sentinel species and can be used to detect early signs of current or developing negative impacts on individuals, populations, and ecosystem level health. So whether a deceased stranding is a rare or endangered species or an abundant species, the contribution of knowledge from each one is too important for us to ignore.